is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Gorgeous night for baseball as the Angels look to bounce back after a difficult loss to the Seattle Mariners last night. Tonight from Safeco Field, it is Game 2 of this 3-game set. We welcome you inside Safeco and back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and of course, last night it's one of those games you really would like to turn the page on and Gooby. But last night we did see the first major league hit for Juan Graterol, and it's certainly a nice moment for him.
Yeah, Victor, that was a great moment when you think about it. 10-plus years in the minor leagues, it's worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. Juan Graterol gets an opportunity finally to swing the bat at the major league level, and he went out and produced a double and an RBI. So he gets a hit and the RBI out of the way. Doubles, one hops the wall to left field, gets in there to second base. Robinson Cano right there for him to say congratulations. I'll tell you what, he was real happy about it.
I just waiting for this moment for like 10 years, and now it's amazing. I feel in shock. I feel like I'm not here, and it's unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, it was great, too. Listen to what he said earlier today. He said, Albert Pujols said, look for a fastball, be ready to swing. He ends up hitting that ball like that, and Robinson Cano congratulating. What a moment that was for Juan Graterol last night. Hopefully, some more special moments for him in the future.
And some legit fastballs, too, from Caminero, topping 100 miles per hour last night. When we return to Safeco Field, talk about Mike Trout and his performance here in Seattle. This telecast of Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. By Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Brewhouse Bacon Burger today for limited time only at participating restaurants. By your Southern California Toyota dealers. By Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by the Jeep Renegade. Find your inner Renegade and reach your highest potential with an EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon. Ready for game 2 of a 3-game set against the Seattle Mariners. Angels trying to even up the series at a game apiece, and Mike Trout obviously likes to swing the bat here in Seattle.
Well, especially in the first inning. Take a look at our tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Mike Trout against some of the best pitchers that Seattle can throw at you. King Felix with 2 on. Mike Trout clears a base 3-run home run in the first inning. Then the very next day, Taijuan Walker on the mound, who is pitching tonight. Same thing, 2 on, no outs, 3-run home runs. And then last night against Miranda, another power fastball he has going the other way. 3-run home run in the first for Mike Trout. 6 home runs a season against Seattle up here, and then 20 overall in his career against the Mariners. Hopefully he'll do the same thing again here in the first inning.
Tyler Skaggs on the mound for the Angels. We're just about ready for baseball in Seattle. Sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Go Field getting this game underway under a beautiful sky. The sun is out, and more importantly, the roof is open, unlike last night. And see if the Angels can turn things around. They had their winning streak snapped last night, although they made a valiant effort at coming back in that 9th inning. Just unable to finish off the comeback and dropping the opener by the final of 11-8, with the Mariners having taken the field for game 2. Well, check out Mike Scioscia's lineup. This is game number 135 for the Angels at 59 and 75. Escobar leading things off at third base. Cole Calhoun at right. Mike Trout at center. Albert Pujols at DH. C.J. Cron at first. Jeffrey Marte back in left field. He homered in the first inning, as did Trout. Andrelton Simmons at shortstop. Carlos Perez tonight gets to start behind the plate. And Caleb Coward batting 9th and playing second base as they take on the 24-year-old right-hander, product of Yucaipa High School in California. His name is Taijuan Walker.
And Taijuan Walker does have a good arm. He's just 4.9 this season, ERA just over 4. My go-to is to be successful against Walker, though. Hit those fastball mistakes. He will throw a lot of fastballs, about 63% fastballs and runners in motion. He's allowed 11 stolen bases in 12 attempts against him, so you can steal against him when you get on base.
Defensively for Seattle tonight, you've got Gamble in left, Martin in center, and Gutierrez in right field. The infield was Seager and Marte on the left side, Cano and Lee on the right, Zunino behind the plate.
And I mentioned about Walker is susceptible to the stolen base. Zunino is very solid, though, behind the plate. It's thrown out 36% base steals this year, 5 of 16. Very good throwing arm, blocks a lot of pitches into there. Something that Walker will do, especially ahead of the count with his break ball and split finger changeup.
Angels last night a total of 10 hits, Seattle with 13, and the Angels did a nice job of men in scoring position. They just didn't have a whole lot of opportunities between the 2nd and the 8th innings. Ariel Miranda and Brett Oberholzer, the starters, ended up getting the decisions. Miranda picking up the win, his second, and Oberholzer going to 1-1 and losing his spot in the rotation. We'll talk about that here momentarily. The first one tonight is up and in, and that hits Escobar right on the left wrist. A guy who just came back last night in his first game since getting hit in the face, now gets drilled on the very first pitch of the game.
In that area right on the top of the hand, or the knuckle area. And he's in some pretty good discomfort right now. Is Adam Neville, Mike Scioscia out to take a look at, Escobar. It's always that's difficult spot for a hitter to get hit on the hand. That's his 7th batter this season that Walker has hit.
Tough to miss that badly with the first pitch of the game. I mean, you've got to try to miss that badly.
Yeah, I mean, generally, your first pitch of the game is you try to throw a fastball away most every time. And that one's way up and in. No chance for Escobar to get out of the way, and he's going to be out of the game.
What a shame, especially after having spent so much time over the last week and a half coming back. Ended up with a couple of walks last night and a single. And now one pitch is no longer in the game. Figure it's Petit or Pennington, with Coward probably going over to third base. Looks like it's Cliff coming out, so he'll take over at first base, and I would imagine that's exactly what Scioscia will do as far as the positioning wise. So man on for Cole. Cole last night 2 for 5, couple of singles, 2 runs batted in. He's the one that gave Trout an opportunity to try to tie things up in the 9th inning. Cole goes around. 267 average, 13 home runs, 61 RBIs now for Calhoun. Three infielders on the right side, and Walker misses outside.
And going back to that last time Walker faced the Angels up here at Safeco Field just a few weeks ago, Escobar walked, doubled by Calhoun, and then Mike Trout followed with a 3-run home run, we showed in the opening.
2-1. First pitch of the game. Escobar gets hit with a fastball from Walker, taken out of the game. Pennington take over at first. That game that Walker pitched here was on August the 6th. Ended up giving up 6 runs on 7 hits, 4 innings of work, making his 5th career start tonight against the Angels. Overall 2-1 with a 5.48 ERA. Off speed low. 3 balls, 1 strike. A lot of talent in that right arm of Taijuan Walker, making his 20th overall start of the season.
And what you could do against him a lot as a hitter, when he's been behind in the count, he will throw a lot of fastballs. Most pitchers you see nowadays will be able to throw their secondary pitches. So you can, if you're Cole, you're sitting on a fastball.
Got it, and he fouls it off.
Wonder if Pennington will be going here on a 3-2 count.
Trout on deck. As soon as we get word from the Angels clubhouse on Escobar, we'll certainly pass it along. Cliff back easily. Pennington on the move. Cole chops it on the ground. Dae-Ho Lee will get it in foul territory. So Pennington back to first, and the count remains at 3-2. .419 on the year and a .419 for Walker. Spent some time on the disabled list. Right foot tendonitis. Last start was on the 28th against the White Sox. Ended up taking the loss. Pennington again on the move, and Cole shoots it foul down the left field line.
Fastball upstairs. Nice job of trying to wait on that. Hit the ball the other way. Just foul from Cole Calhoun against Walker. Another good fastball from 93-94 so far. Average fastball is 92 to 97 for Walker. We'll throw a cut fastball, curveball, split finger changeup.
Another foul. Last night the game started with a prolonged plate appearance for Escobar. With Escobar up, led to a long first inning. Angels eventually scoring 4 runs in that top of the first. Seattle got one back at the bottom of the first and then scored 9 in the second and never looked back until the Angels made some noise in the 9th. Halos now 27-42 away from the Big A this year with the loss last night. Pennington getting a good workout in between first and second. They'll check in on him now.
Yeah, if he wasn't loose to start with coming in the game for Escobar, he is now.
I can't imagine how seriously how loose you can be.
Yeah.
Thinking you're not starting, you don't expect to be in there.
Yeah, your mindset is certainly not that point of the game.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Pitch running for Escobar. Cole again fouls it off.
At least he's smart enough now to stop.
Yes, he's looking back every time and stopping so he doesn't go all the way to the bag. It's a veteran move.
Conserving the energy.
He's been around a while.
And you know Gary DeSarcina is giving him some grief there. You know that with DeSar.
And probably a little happy that A&M beat UCLA today. So he's got a little bounce in his step. Overtime win for Texas A&M. Roll foul. Gary DeSarcina feels it cleanly. It's like old school wind sprints here.
Yes.
Ten pitches so far to Cole. Here's the 11th. And that is ripped down the line, foul. It sounded like Cole may have broken his bat indeed. He did.
And Walker's thinking, I better make sure I find a way to get Cole out here. I do not want first and second, no outs with Mike Trout coming to the plate again here. Safeco Field.
Great little battle here.
Certainly a lot of room in that left side of the infield too. And Walker with a good fastball, he keeps it down. Cole has that opportunity to hit that ball right down that third base side.
Yeah, Seager playing at the shortstop position.
It's one thing that Seattle does. They put that shift on quite a bit, second most in baseball. Coming into the game 1,441 times they put a defensive shift on. Only the Astros with more.
Let's do this again. And that is driven out to right field. Gutierrez back at the wall. Gone. Big fly for Cole Calhoun. 2-0 Halos here in the first.
Well, you want to talk about a great at-bat. That is an outstanding at-bat for Cole Calhoun. Worked the count, saw a lot of pitches. At some point, a pitcher will make a mistake in the zone, and that's exactly what Walker did to Cole, getting that foot down, fastball, middle, but down, and Cole barreled the bat on that one. Great lift to the baseball. 14th home run, 63rd RBI. The Angels on the board in the first inning once again against Seattle.
Trout takes a strike. A baker's dozen for Cole Calhoun. 13 pitch at bat. He picks up the 2-run home run. And again, the Angels strike in Seattle at the top of the first.
It's amazing. And then Mike Trout hitting .800 versus Walker. 8 for 10 with a home run.
That's good, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good ownership.
1 and 2. That's, yeah, he's got the pink slip in his back pocket.
Yeah.
.320 average, 26 home runs, 87 RBIs for Trout. 1 for 3 game with 2 walks and a home run last night. Fouls this one off.
Upper part of the strike zone. Trout's so good with when he's behind in the count. .308 batting average. Had a pretty good pitch right there. The drive, foul that one straight back. 95 on the fastball.
21st home run Walker has allowed. It's down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the Angels hitters working as starting pitcher in the first inning. Miranda threw 41 pitches last night in the first.
And this one's driven out to deep left center field. Martin will watch this one go. Gone. Back-to-back jacks. 3-0 Angels.
Trout is absolutely unbelievable. First inning home run once again. 48th time in his career in the first inning. It's our top tier play, brought to you by Arco. Mike Trout, 2-2 count. Walker now 9 for 11 versus Walker with 2 home runs. How quick he is through the baseball. That short, compact swing and a long way out. 3-0 lead in the first again for the Angels versus Seattle.
And like last night, Mel Stottlemyre Jr. making a visit to the mound.
He's probably going, why do I have to go out in the first inning every time?
For the last 5 games here at Safeco. Here's Albert. Walker goes with a breaking ball and it misses. Albert last night 1 for 4, had a single in the 9th. And he drives one out to deep left again. How about this? 3 in a row. 4-0 Angels. And now 9th all-time all by himself at 587 career home runs.
And congratulations to the machine, Albert Pujols. 9th all-time. Officially passes Hall of Famer Frank Robinson in a typical mammoth home run for Albert Pujols. 587. Fastball runs on the inner half of the plate. Mentioned Walker throws a lot of fastballs. Ready for it once again. And Albert, look how far that baseball went. That's a great reaction for Trout, going, wow.
Crow trying to make it 4 in a row. Pretty good response to drilling the your leadoff man on the very first pitch of the game. Breaking ball, little dribbler toward third. Seager comes in. Bad throw, and that'll be Seager's 20th error of the season.
My Hyundai key for this game, well, the Angels have already started doing this little Queens right. Take hold of the flame. We talk about a lot of fastballs, some firm fastballs from Walker. Well, 3 home runs against him, 4 runs scored here in the first inning already.
Jeffrey Marte at the plate. Nobody out and a man at first. Marte last night 1 for 4, had a first inning home run, a line shot to left.
3 home runs that Walker has allowed in this inning, ties career high as far as home runs in a game. He's done it 6 times where he's given up 3 home runs, but all here in the first inning.
The 3rd time that has occurred this year. The last time was against the Astros at Minute Maid. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. 2 balls, no strikes. First pitch of the game, Escobar gets drilled on the left wrist. It's taken out of the game. Calhoun, 13 pitches, resulting in a home run. Trout a home run. Pujols with a home run, and now Crone reaching on the error.
And Marte, a very good fastball hitter in a fastball count to a pitcher that throws a lot of fastballs behind in the count. Well, he went all speed that time, though. Well, it's good to see Escobar's teammates respond like they did. He's hitting hand out of the game, back-to-back home runs.
Down low. Three-one count. Marte bounces one toward third. Seager, nice play on the backhand, fires to Cano for 1. They're not going to get the double play. And the first down here, and the first is recorded on the fielder's choice.
That wasn't an easy play for Seager. That's a tough in-between hop. You get the force out at second.
So Marte replaces Crone at first base. 1 out, and here's Andrelton Simmons. And that is pulled down the left field line toward the corner, and that is a fair ball. 1 hops the fence. Marte's headed toward third. Ron Renneke waving him home. No throw from Marte, and it's 5-0 Angels as Simmons brings home Jeffrey Marte from first with an RBI double.
And Simmons hit that ball extremely well also. Good job by Ron Renneke there, reading that baseball off the wall for Gamma in left field. So he wasn't able to get there as quick as he thought he would get there, playing away from that line. And Simmons hits most of his shots. You see how far away Gamble is from that left field line. 1 hops the wall. But a good read by Ron Renneke to send Marte all the way around to score on that double from Simmons.
Action in the Mariners bullpen now, as Carlos Perez will come to the plate. Andrelton with his 18th double picks up his 30th RBI. 1 out, the man in scoring position. Carlos hitting .219 with 12 doubles, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs. He fouls the first one. Pat Venditti, switch pitcher. Breaking ball misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the last 5 games here at Safeco Field, the Angels have scored a total of 15 first-inning runs. That includes tonight. They've lost the first 4 of those 5. This one's back up the middle, a base hit. Simmons is going to be waved around. Leonis Martin up and firing to throw up the line. 6-0 Halos. Carlos Perez with his 28th RBI.
Some incredibly impressive at-bats here in this first inning against a very tough pitcher when he's on his game. And Walker certainly is not on his game here in the first. Good swing from Carlos Perez. Lines it right back up the middle for an RBI single. Stayed back on that one well. Used the middle of the field. It's a real good swing from Carlos Perez.
Caleb Coward foul tips the first one. Starting second baseman, although with the injury to Yunel Escobar, more than likely shift over to third base. Pennington taking over at second. First pitch of the game, drilling Yunel Escobar. And Coward now the 9th man to bat here in the first. It's 0-2. Coward goes down swinging, 2 down. So Cliff Pennington coming up. This will be his first plate appearance. He was the pinch runner for Escobar. .208 average for Cliff. 3 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs, and 9 RBIs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last time the Angels went back to back to back. April 13th against the Mets, against Bartolo Colon. 14-2 win for the Angels. A 6-0 lead here in the first. Tonight it's Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. 2-2.
Amazing thing for Miranda last night, first inning, 41 pitches thrown. Walker here now still pitching here in the first, 42.
Pennington pulls one into right field. That's going to go to the wall. Carlos on his way to third. Pennington towards second. It's a double for Cliff as Carlos gets held up at third base, and that might be all for Taijuan Walker, with Cole Calhoun coming to the plate. Vendetti ready to go, and here comes Scott Service. That's going to be it for Walker. He goes 2/3 of an inning tonight, giving up 6 hits, 6 runs, and responsible for the 2 guys on base. Vendetti with Calhoun will come in and pitch left-handed against Cole. A pitching change here in the top of the first inning. Halos have sent 10 men to the plate and lead at 6-0. Walker, 2/3 of an inning. Six hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He's responsible for the 2 guys left on base. It's Carlos Perez at first base, or pardon me, third base, and Cliff Pennington at second base. It's our in and out, who's in, who's out. It's Pat Venditti, who's now pitching in his 11th big league game this year, 8 with Toronto, and now his 3rd with Seattle since being acquired for a player to be named later, not too long ago. No record, 8.31 ERA. He's gone 4 1/3 innings with Seattle. 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned.
One thing you notice with the glove, he can just switch hands if he wants to pitch right-handed or left-handed. Fastball is going to be around that 83 to 87 range. So there's a lot of sliders and changeup.
31-year-old at a Creighton University. 20th round pick by the Yankees in 08. He's going to face Cole Calhoun. With 2 on and 2 outs, Trout is on deck. Slider, and it's popped up. Cano calling for it. And this inning will come to an end. The Angels, however, hang a 6th spot on the Seattle Mariners with back-to-back home runs. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols.
And Albert now number 9 by himself all time on the home run list.
Of the first inning, let's check out Scott Service's lineup for the Seattle Mariners at 69 and 65, 11.5 back in the American League West. They will have Ben Gamble leading things off from left, Franklin Gutierrez in right field, Robinson Cano at second base, Nelson Cruz at DH, Kyle Seager the third baseman. It's Daeho Lee at third base, Mike Zunino behind the plate, Leonis Martin at center, and Ketel Marte batting ninth and playing shortstop. Tyler Skaggs making his 8th start. 2-3 with a 4.75 ERA. Gooby, this will be his 3rd start against Seattle. The first 2 haven't gone well for him.
Yeah, and it's because he's been high in a lot of the counts, and he's struggled really against left-handed batters on this Seattle team. My go-tos, though, is use those secondary pitches. The reason why those lefties have been effective, hitting fastball and a 0 after runs. That was before the game we said that. Now, especially after getting 6 in the first, extremely important for a shutdown inning for Tyler.
1-0 count on Ben Gamble, the left fielder. New acquisition, the Yankee system. Gamble was the leadoff man last night. Ended up going 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Also picked up a couple of walks. 1-2. And defensively, as we expected, with Pennington is at second base and Caleb Coward over at third. Here comes the 1-2. Gamble fouls it off.
See, that's the pitch I think Tyler really has to establish against some of these left-handed batters. Same consistent delivery, slowed his arm down a little bit on that curveball, but think fastball and then the break with the wrist to be able to throw and finish off the curveball.
That's a pretty good pitch. Doesn't get called, then it's a full count. Tyler had a terrific outing his last time out against the Tigers, but a right-handed dominant lineup for Detroit that afternoon. There's the 3-2, and he walked him. Man, not what you wanted to do after getting spotted a 6-0 lead, and I think I may have said that last night when Brett Oberholzer walked Ben Gamble in the bottom of the first. Here's Franklin Gutierrez, starting right fielder with Skaggs on the mound. 242 average, 12 home runs, 33 runs batted in. Gutierrez playing in his 86th game. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mention the struggles that Tyler had in his first 2 starts against Seattle. He's gone a total of 8 2/3, given up 8 runs, 15 hits, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks. And he's had 1 start here and 1 start at home against Seattle. This will be his 3rd now. Two balls, no strikes, and Carlos going out.
That's a good decision for Carlos to run right out there to Tyler Skaggs. Hey, listen, you understand what we did for you at the top of the first. Let's go right out there, challenge him, keep the ball down, get some ground balls. Defense solid behind you. Some quick outs, put up a 0, and let us go back to hitting.
Strike on the inside part of the plate, 3-1. Leadoff walk to Gamble. He stands at first. Cano on deck. 3-1. Gutierrez drives one out to straightaway center field. Trout racing back, and the Mariners have picked up 2. Sitting dead red on a 3-1 count. He got it. And Gutierrez just hit his 13th of the season.
He gets his foot down. He gets a fastball right down the heart of the plate. You have to challenge him, and that's going a long way to dead center field for Gutierrez. 13th home run, 35 RBI. Continues to swing the bat well against Tyler Skaggs. 4 for 6 with 2 home runs now.
Again, he got ahead of Gamble to start the bottom of the first. Ends up walking him. Now it's 6-2 here in the bottom of the first. Nobody on. Robinson Cano at the plate.
And one thing, when you have Alfonso Marquez, more known to be a hitter's type umpire, doesn't give you those borderline pitches, because that one itself right there could have easily been called a strike, lower part of the strike zone.
Cano hitting .303, 30 home runs, 83 runs batted in. 2 for 5 game last night with a couple of singles. His 49th multi-hit game of the season. He shoots one out to left field. Hit pretty well. Marte drifting over, ball tailing away from him, and will bounce over the wall for a double. Jeffrey clearly not the most comfortable in left field. Took an odd route, but that ball just kept slicing away from him.
Yeah, especially from a left-handed hitter. Robinson Cano, real good power all around as far as hitting the ball to all fields. It goes the other way and right down there in that left field corner for a double. His 30th double this season.
12th consecutive season in which he has had 30 or more doubles in a year. And still nobody out here at the bottom of the first.
And as much as we talk about needing that shutdown inning, if you're Seattle right now, you're feeling pretty good about yourself coming back in games. You've shown that you've been able to come back now and score and respond right away in the first inning against the Angels pitchers, no matter who it's been. So they're really confident now. Even though they gave up 6 runs in the top of the first, they've responded right away with 2 so far and a man on second with no outs.
Little dribbler toward third. Caleb Coward in. On down as Cano ends up at third.
It's a real nice play by Coward. Quick transfer, slow roller, and anticipating playing back against Nelson Cruz. See how far he's playing back and how quickly he has to come in on the baseball. Quick transfer and a firm throw to first base to get Cruz for the all-important first out of this inning.
Infield back at normal depth with Kyle Seager at the plate.
One thing to keep in mind for Tyler against Seager, he is struggling against breaking balls. 151 batting average. But Seager's been very good against 94+ mile-an-hour fastballs. 355.
No balls, 2 strikes. Seager hitting .288 with 25 home runs, 86 runs batted in. Oh, 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's been the left-handers that have done some damage against Tyler. His first 7 starts. 10 for 30. 333 batting average. Righties at 257. The 1-2's in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So far in this game, 2 lefties have come up. Gamble, who was behind in the count, ended up working a walk. And Cano doubled into the left field corner. Two. Little dribble out in front of the plate area. Nice play by Carlos. 2 down.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Carlos because he make sure that Cano was not going to try to score on that one. Looked him back quickly and fires to first base. Get that second out. See how he looked quickly down the Robinson Cano. No, he wasn't going to go, and then firmly throws to first base. Excellent job by Carlos Perez.
Dae-Ho Lee, the first baseman. .260 on the season. He was slumped in the second half. But last night he picked up 3 hits and ended up going 3 for 5, all 3 singles. Take a strike. Ground ball to short. Should do it. Third out recorded. The Mariners answer with 2 off the bat of Franklin Gutierrez. We'll head to the second with the Angels up 6-2. On top of the second inning. Trout, Pujols, and Cron coming up for the Angels. Pat Venditti, who came in and threw 1 pitch to get Cole Calhoun to finish off the first, is back out on the mound. He will go from the right side against Trout. Mike homering in the first, part of the back-to-back home runs. The triumvirate of blasts. First pitch for a strike.
And he will throw a lot of sliders, and Trout is so good on breaking balls. .319 batting average on breaking balls for Mike Trout.
Breaking ball misses. Home run for Trout is 27th. The RBI is 88th.
That's right down the heart of the plate, the zone where Trout doesn't miss a whole lot. Even the last out he made last night in the 9th inning, he just missed hitting that slider off Diaz right in the middle of the plate, but down.
That is pulled foul. A couple of guys have had experience against Venditti. He pitched for the Oakland A's briefly. Albert's 1 for 1. Trout 0 for 1. Calhoun 1 for 2. Perez has faced him. Cron's worked the walk upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's Albert. Now 9th place all time by himself. 587 home runs. 2-2. It's fouled off.
Then you would think in 6 runs in the first inning you'd be comfortable with that lead, but obviously with Seattle responding right back, very important here for the Angels offense to do the same here if they can here in the second inning.
Well, the way things have gone over the last 4 games, now 5 games here in Seattle, of course, Got to be cognizant of that. Trout drives one out toward left center field. Martin racing over, got a good jump on it. Not going to get there. It goes off his glove. Trout will hit second. He's trying to go to third. Relay from Marte. He bobbles it. It's a triple for Mike Trout.
The afterburner kicked in for Trout. And that forced that quick turn and throw from Marte, unable to get the throw and make the quick throw to third base. Went down and got that pitch. Another breaking ball. Just off the glove of Martin. And Trout thinking triple. And first slide into third base. Marte has a play on it if he's able to get quick with the transfer with his throwing arm, but unable to do so.
And I'll tell you what, Martin went a long way for that ball. Shading Trout the opposite way and almost got there. Here's Albert, infield playing halfway. And Pujols hits one out to deep left field. He's watching this one go. See you later. Second home run of the game. It's 8-2 Angels. 588th of his career.
Doesn't do it often, swing early in the count. But when he does, it's been pretty effective. And Albert, 2 home runs already in this game. And we're in the top of the second. 3 RBI in 106 on the season, 28 home runs. Now just 11 home runs away from Sammy Sosa. I'll make that, I'm sorry, 21, just 12 away from 600 for Albert Pujols. It's funny, we were just talking about that in between innings. Hey, maybe get this 600. You'd have to get hot. Well, 2 home runs already in this game.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah. And they responded right back.
Yep. Cron reached out in the air by Seager in the first. He's 0 for 1. He just got underneath. This one pops it up. Marte, the shortstop, calls off Seager. 1 down. That was a vintage Pujols as far as the pose at the plate.
Mm-hmm. Boy, Albert's still locked in there, focused.
Marte gets jammed, throws a foul. No balls and a strike. Reached on the fielder's choice, scored in the first. He's 0 for 1. This is off the end of the bat towards shallow left field. Going out is Marte, and that's going to fall in. Perfect little Texas leaguer. Single for Jeffrey.
Boy, if you're an outfield, the way some of the swings by the Angels already, you would think off the sound of the bat, you're going to go back on the
your
baseball.
first step is back,
Yes.
right? Exactly. Simmons had an RBI double in the first inning. 18th double of the year, picked up his 30th run batted in. Fouls this one off. No balls, 2 strikes.
7 extra base hits already in this game for the Angels. 7.
Fouled back. Count remains at 0-2. We're at the top of the second inning. It's 8-2 Halos. Taijuan Walker knocked out of the game in the first inning, lasted 2/3 of an inning. 6 runs, 5 earned, 6 hits, 3 home runs. Two down.
He threw 43 pitches in 2/3 of an inning.
There's Carlos Perez, who had an RBI single in the first. 28th RBI. Chops this one back toward the middle. Marte's there. We'll flip it to Cano. They force out Marte in the third. Out is recorded, but the Angels add 2. Trout a triple off the glove of Leonis Martin, and Albert with his second home run of the night. 3 RBIs so far. We're headed to the bottom of the second. And the Angels are up 8-2. Second inning, Tyler Skaggs gave up the 2-run home run to Franklin Gutierrez in the first, but then got 3 ground ball outs after the double to Cano to get out of that first inning. He's got the bottom third of the order in Zunino, Martin, and Marte. Mike Zunino, the catcher, hitting .222 with 9 home runs, 23 RBIs. Had a 1-for-4 game last night with a single, a walk, and an RBI. This one's off the glove of Cowart and past Simmons into left field. That's a base hit. How in the world is that a base hit? How do they call it a base hit? You had 2 guys that should have caught that ball. It looks like Caleb got called off by Simmons.
Yeah, I think he let that baseball go.
Man, that is some home cooking right there.
That's 2 really good throwing arms on that side of the infield. I think Cowart's got that play a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
Even though Simmons has a power arm himself from shortstop.
Martin takes up and away. If that's a ball where the third baseman's got a step and a dive type situation, I understand it, but that's a routine play for a third baseman.
Especially with that arm that Cowart has.
And you got to catch her running. Ball and a strike. Mariners center fielder hitting .243, 14 home runs, 41 RBIs. This one's out to left. Marte gingerly moving over, makes the catch. One down. Stay tuned later tonight in the postgame show for the Business of Sports, brought to you by AutoNation.com and powered by Honda Costa Mesa. One out, one on. Ketel Marte coming up. I'm still stunned that Zunino ball's a hit. Marte, the switch hitter, takes a strike. Hitting .266. Home run at 27 RBIs. A nice game last night, going 1 for 4, picked up 3 runs batted in. Pardon me, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs.
He had a couple hits in that second inning alone.
Chopper to second, should be 2. Pennington, boy, that was a weird hop. Simmons on to first. Inning-ending double play, 2 in the books. Halos leading at 8-2.
Honda, helpful moment. Certainly the bats for Tyler Skaggs. 2-run home run by Cole Calhoun. Mike Trout followed up with a solo shot, and Albert with a home run. So back-to-back home runs in the first inning as part of a 6-run first inning for the Angels, and Tyler Skaggs getting that support. It came right back with 2 more runs. Part of a 2-run home run by Albert Pujols. 7-pitch inning there for Tyler Skaggs. Got a ground ball, double play. Mike Soch like to see that, especially finally putting that 0 up after some runs scored.
We start the third with the Angels up 8-2. 9-1-2 coming up. It'll be Coward, Pennington, and Calhoun. Caleb 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Daddy going from the left side with Coward. Spinning him around. Ground ball towards short. Marte has it. 1 down. Hey, Star Wars night is almost upon us. Friday, September the 9th at 7:05. The Angels will be taking on the Texas Rangers. You will receive a Stormtrooper Rally Monkey while supplies last. Just go to angels.com for more information. One out on one pitch. Here's Cliff Pennington. Pennington took over for Yunel Escobar. Was hit on the very first pitch of the game by Walker. He scored a run in the home run by Calhoun. Then he doubled later on in the first. He's 1 for 1.
Backdoor slider getting that outside corner.
Two. Chopper foul. Just a little flare out to shallow left field. Gamble coming on, dives, and he makes the catch. Nice play by the young man, just acquired by the Mariners for the second out.
Yeah, he's got great speed. He played right field last night. Closing speed on that. Looked like it was going to be for sure a base hit for Pennington. Full extension on the dive. Outstanding play for the youngster. Diving play, face first. Able to maintain and control the baseball in the glove.
Cole launches one out to deep right field. His second home run of the night. 9-2 Angels. A monster blast for Cole.
You talk about sound off the bat. Generating that incredible bat speed. Get the barrel and catch that pitch out in front. Way out for Cole. Second home run of the game, now 15 on the season. That's over the 380 sign and way over the 380 sign.
Second career multi-homer game last July against Boston last season. 9-2 here in the third. Trout, a home run and a triple. The triple is fourth. The home run is 27th on the corner. No balls, 2 strikes. One and two. The last homestand, the Angels had a game in which they had 5 home runs in the game. The record 7. They've got 5 already. We're in the third. The 29th against Cincinnati. Two pitch. That's fouled off.
Well, Trout has been on a tear now, batting average up to 323.
Two slider, and that is skied to left. Just got underneath it. Gamble comes in and will make the catch for the third out. The Angels out on a run on Cole Calhoun's second blast of the night, and it was a blast. 9-2 as we head to the bottom of the third. Go head-to-head on the day's hottest sports topic. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon premieres Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. Pacific, only on FS1. Bottom of the third, 9-2 Halos. Cole Calhoun, Albert Pujols with multi-homer games so far. 5 hit by the Angels. Tyler Skaggs to face the top of the order. This is Ben Gamble. Worked a walk in the first.
Some serious distance in those home runs if you put them all together.
Yeah. Gamble grounds this one over to Crone.
There's been some tough hops in the infield here.
Yeah, that last one to Pennington to end the second was kind of a weird hop. It skipped on him and they ended up turning to double play.
What we're seeing over the last inning and a third from Tyler is he's starting to use his changeup. I saw after the first inning, Charles Nagy went over and had a quick conversation when sometimes you fall into the trap of thinking, okay, I got a pretty good lead, I'm going to throw nothing but fastballs, but you got to stay with your game plan and utilizing those secondary pitches.
Tyler fell behind on Gutierrez in the first inning. Ended up going with a 3-1 fastball, and Franklin did not miss it. 2-run home run to straightaway center field.
It's a pretty good pitch. Lower part of the strike zone. Got a lot of that lower part of the strike zone.
Good
that's
location.
A good changeup.
There it is again. Carlos throws on to first to complete the strikeout, 2 outs.
Now here's the timeless moment brought to you by Coors Banquet. On this date back in 1985, Reggie Jackson hit his 100th home run with the Angels to become the first player with 100 more home runs with 3 different teams, the Oakland A's, New York Yankees, and the Angels, for the Hall of Famer, Mr. October, Reggie Jackson.
Cano had a double into the left field corner, 30th of the year. Eventually stranded at third base. Tyler retiring the first 2 batters to start the third. First time he's done that tonight. Ground ball right side. Pennington in the shallow right field's got it. Throws out Cano. And a 1-2-3 third inning. We head to the 4th with the Angels leading at 9-2.
Brought to you by Kia. Speaking of driving the baseball, Albert Pujols with 2 home runs tonight. 55th time in the regular season. He's hit 2 or more home runs. 4 games with 3 home runs. Last time back in 2010. He's got 56 total multi-home run games when you count the playoffs for Albert Pujols.
28 home runs on the season, and with 2 hits tonight, now with 2,800 hits in his career. First one's a frisbee slider for a strike. Albert, 51st all time as far as the hits category is concerned. George Sisler up next with 28-12. No balls, 2 strikes. Venditti so far has gone 2 1/3. He's given up 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 of which have been home runs. Two balls, 2 strikes.
He's in an all-time hit list. 2,800. 587 home runs.
Breaking ball, chopped to third. Seager's got it. 1 down. So Albert retired for the first time tonight. It's amazing that with all the home runs that Albert has hit his career, and all the multi-homer games he's had in his career, just 4 3-homer games. I know that it's still, I mean, and 1 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's still a lot, but I'm just thinking, you know, never an easy thing, obviously.
I think a lot of times it comes down to when especially when a hitter like Albert is locked in like that, you're more apt as a pitcher not to throw anything close to the strike zone. And you can see those pitches there that Albert saw. A lot of off-speed pitches away and down.
9,000, over 9,000 at-bats for Albert in his career. Cron takes a strike, 2-2. This year, the 3rd time in the 5 seasons that Albert is at 100 RBIs or more. Foul back. He had the 1 shortened season in which he played 99 games. That was year number 2. Only had 64. Last year had 95 RBIs, but hit the 40 home run plateau. And that is lined to left field. Gamble tried to cut it off. Goes to the wall, and Cron will get to second base with a 1-out double. Another extra base hit.
Yeah, I was going to say another extra base hit.
That was a rocket.
Stayed back on that one well. Inside part of the plate. Brings his hands in and hits a rocket right by Gamble for a double. His 18th of the season for C.J. Cron. Keep that hit streak alive now at 10.
This was lined to left field, a base hit. Cron is going to be waved home. The throw from Gamble is cut off by Seager. His relay is not in time. Boy, if it's a good throw, they get Cron. Seager's throw kind of sailed up the line. And no real argument from Zunino, because it appeared from our vantage point that maybe he got the helmet of Cron.
And Marte did a great job as far as bringing his hands inside the baseball to line that one in left field. And a quick turn and throw. No tag made. Gets the hand in that corner of the plate for C.J. Cron. 10th run of the game for the Angels. Here, we're in the 4th inning.
Marte picks up his 35th RBI. Off the plate. Andrelton 1 for 2 with an RBI double and a strikeout. Full count. There's a walk. We'll bring up Carlos Perez. Hey, join us on Saturday, September the 10th. Angels taking on the Rangers at 6:05 and enjoy a post-game fireworks show presented by Wells Fargo. Visit angels.com/promotions to get your tickets and for more information. Got one more tomorrow here in Seattle, then it's off to Oakland. A 3-game set. Return home for a 10-game homestand. Texas, Seattle, and Toronto.
4-game set with Toronto.
Carlos 1 for 2 with an RBI single. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 12 hits tonight for the Angels. And the 4th. Lays off. Three one. .57 pitches for Vendetti. That is a career high for him. Previous high was August 29th against Texas. 54. Cue shot back to the mound, but Denny fires to Ketel Marte, and they'll turn that into a 1-6-3 inning-ending double play. The Angels out a run on the single by Jeffrey Marte. It's 10-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
For T-Mobile's greater coverage of baseball. Jason Kipnis, 2-run home run in the first inning off of Jose Fernandez. Cleveland wins again, beat the Marlins 8-3. And here's our game break off to Cleveland Progressive Field. Jason Kipnis gets a fastball from Jose Fernandez and turns on it. His 22nd home run of the season. Cleveland has now won 5 in a row, have a 5.5 game lead over the Detroit Tigers in the AL Central.
Here at the bottom of the 4th inning, Tyler Skaggs back on the mound with a 10-2 lead. He's coming off his first 1-2-3 inning, picking up his first strikeout of the game. It's Cruz, Seager, and Lee coming up for Seattle. First one upstairs. Nelson Cruz, a ground out to third, and he drives one out to deep left field, and he is homered for the second straight night. It's 10-3 Angels. 34th of the season for Cruz.
We talked about it even in the first game yesterday, how well he has hit the Angels in his career. Nelson Cruz in the inside part of the plate. 35th career home run against Angel pitching. 34th of the season, 81st RBI.
Leadoff home run to start this 4th inning. Second one allowed by Skaggs. Here's Seager, a little dribbler out in front of the plate. His first plate appearance will take a strike. Cruz last night ended up picking up an RBI just on that last at-bat home run in the 8th inning. RBI here in the 4th. Has 12 runs batted in against the Angels this year. Seager hits one out toward left center. This one tailing back towards Marte, although it's hit well, but will stay in the yard for the first out.
Seager, we talked about his numbers against Tyler. Coming in the game 500, 5 for 10. Ball was hit very well.
Lee takes a strike. He grounded out to end the first. 0 for 1.
Good all-speed pitch from Tyler. Very important that he established that. We talked about that as far as the go-tos, using those secondary pitches.
Down goes Lee. 2 outs.
And with a changeup. And going back to that all-speed pitch once again. Out in front, especially after the pitch before was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, followed up with a changeup. Same part of the strike zone, gets a swing and miss.
Zunino pops one up shallow center. Pennington going out. Trout calls him off. And Skaggs, after giving up the home run to lead off a 4th to Cruz, comes back and retires the next 3 in a row. We hit to the 5th. 10-3 Halos. brought to you by Subaru, making the world a better place. That's why we donate to causes we care about. And by El Pollo Loco, new chicken tenders. Try them today at El Pollo Loco. A beautiful shot here as the sun is setting in the Emerald City. 10-3, Halos on top of the 5th inning. A lot of power in this one. 5 total home runs for the Angels. Calhoun and Pujols both with multi-homer games. Albert picking up his 2,800 career hit as well. 9-1-2. Caleb Coward with Pennington. Cole Calhoun. Coward's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Swinging first pitch and grounds this one to Marte. 1 down.
Second time in a row that Coward's grounded to Marte.
Here's Pennington. Cliff 1 for 2 with a double and a fly ball to left. Head of the count of 2 balls, no strikes. This one's pulled down the line, just foul. This one's out to right. Gutierrez is there. 1 down, or pardon me, 2 down.
Boy, Cole has really crushed the baseball so far in this game. In the first inning, 2-run home run to get it rolling. Then in the third, this one way out to right center field, well over that 380 sign, 2-home run performance. Night for Cole Calhoun. He's looking for the hat trick now as far as home runs. We go back to that first at bat in which he had a 2-run home run. Saw 13. That was the 13 pitch at bat for Cole. Very impressive at bat. That also tough pitch. Then finally Walker made a mistake. Fastball, middle part of the plate and down.
Cano in front of this one. Halos down in order for the first time tonight. To the bottom of the 5th we go, and it's a 7-run lead for the Angels. Tyler Skaggs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's allowed 4 hits, 2 of which have been home runs. Gutierrez got him in the first. Cruz got him in the 4th. He's going to face 8, 9, and 1 here in the 5th. Martin, Marte, and Gamble coming up for Seattle.
Going to be aware of a bunt attempt here from Martin.
Leonis with a fly ball to left field in his 2nd inning at bat. Takes inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Three balls, 1 strike. Full count.
Touching the lower part of the strike zone. Martin thinks that's a little bit out of the zone. Look at our Fox tracks. Touching that lower part, middle part of the plate.
There's payoff. Martin fouls it off.
After throwing 24 pitches in the 1st inning, Tyler Skaggs did. He's thrown 26 to finish off the next 3 innings.
That's off the ankle. A chance to walk that one off.
Fastball down and in. The top of the foot, below that shin guard area.
Two, got him looking. Down goes Martin. What a way. Right on the outside part of the plate.
And definitely caught the corner. And take a look at our Fox tracks. Paints the outside corner. Nice job as keeping that glove right there. Carlos Perez.
3rd strikeout for Tyler. We'll bring up Marte. Double play ball in the 2nd. Mariners have action of their bullpen. Looks like Vendetti's night will come to an after 4 1/3. Steve Cishek getting ready. This one's fouled off. 1-2. Spent some time with the disabled list this year with a hip injury. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Down goes Marte. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
It's another strikeout on his changeup for Skaggs tonight. Very important pitch for him.
That's ripped into right field, a base hit. Second major league hit for Gamble. And it'll bring up Gutierrez.
Yeah, got a fastball pretty much down the heart of the plate after falling behind 1-0. Gutierrez hit a home run against Skaggs in the first inning on a fastball. Got him a swing and miss on a changeup.
Home run that Gutierrez hit in the first inning, is 13th of the year, now with 35 RBIs, 1 for 2 on the night. A lot with 2 outs and a 7-run lead in the 5th. Worried about the guy at first base.
Not when you're facing a guy that hit a 2-run home run off you in the first inning. He has 2 career home runs against you. 4 for 7.
Just off the plate.
Back-to-back all-speed pitches. Again, better feel for that. Fastball has been good for Skaggs coming back after being away from the game for almost 2 full years. So it's to feel the secondary pitches that have been progressing for him. Two balls, 1 strike. Fouled off. Evens the count. Cano on deck, so obviously the guy you want to get right now is Franklin. Home run he hit, a no-doubter to straightaway center in the first. Cano's had a couple good at-bats against Skaggs tonight too. Last down he made was hit well into right field. With the shift on, Pennington was able to throw him out at first.
Two on the way. Driven to foul. count. Gamble's going to get a head start now. 2 outs.
It's the first fastball that Skaggs has thrown Gutierrez in that at bat so far. A lot of all-speed pitch. Try to sneak a fastball inside at 93, but off the inside corner. Imagine coming back to something all-speed, change up a curveball.
Gamble takes off. 3-2. Back up the middle to base hit. Gamble will turn, and he's going to go to third. And the Mariners have runners at the corners with 2 outs and Cano coming up. Second hit of the night for Gutierrez. A 2-for-3 game so far.
Brings up Robinson Cano, who had a double in his first at bat. Most consecutive 30 double seasons. Robinson Cano's second all-time with 12. Stan Musial has the record. Some outstanding names with Robinson Cano. Honus Wagner, for speaker. Stan Musial. Hall of Famers, all. Robinson Cano with 12 straight 30 double seasons. Also 30 home runs this season.
First and third, 2 outs. This inning started with back-to-back strikeouts of Martin and Marte. First one in there. Halos with 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Left 4 men on base. Seattle with 3 runs, 6 hits. They've committed 1 error. And so far have stranded 1. That was Cano in the first inning at third base. Gamble at third, Gutierrez at first base. One. Left it down the left field line, slicing out of play. 1-2.
Boy, sometimes that getting through that 5th inning as a starting pitcher, especially when you have a significant lead, always the most difficult inning. Once you get through that 5th, go on cruise control at that point. 25 pitches already in this inning for Tyler. 24 in the first, very economical in the second, the third, even the 4th inning for Skaggs.
Little chopper toward first. Cron gets it in foul territory. Nice effort by CJ trying to get that ball in fair territory, and that's Alfonso Marquez's call, the home plate umpire.
Yeah, that was real close. A wise decision by Cron to be able to try to cut off that angle to get that easy out.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Two. Cano goes down swinging, waving at the breaking ball. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Skaggs. We head to the 6th. Angels up 10-3. 10-3 Halos. Steve Cishek on in relief for the Seattle Mariners.
Take a look at our game break from Kansas City. Eric Hosmer with Detroit up 1-0. 2-run home run to right center field. Kansas City, after losing a tough one last night against the Tigers, come back and win this one 5-2 against the Tigers. Close that gap in that wild card race in the American League.
Mentioned Steve Cishek on in relief. Pitching in his 50th game with the Mariners this year. 2-6 mark, a 3.46 ERA, 25 saves under his belt. And checking his notes in his back pocket as he's going to face 3, 4, and 5 Trout, Pujols, and Crone.
I think he was looking to see how many home runs were hit amongst those.
Trout 2 for 3 with a home run, a triple, and a fly ball to left. First pitch fastball is a little bit down. Nice job by Tyler Skaggs to finish off Robinson Cano. No damage in the 5th. Slider in there. Evens a count at a ball and a strike. Pat Venditti, by the way, went 4 1/3. 4 runs, all earned, 4 hits, 2 of which were home runs. 1 strikeout and 1 walk. One and 2. That one backed up a little bit. Two. Slider popped him up. Cano going out. Gutierrez coming in. 1 down. Here's Albert, 2 for 3, couple of home runs and a ground out. 3 RBIs tonight for Albert, giving him 106 on the season.
Going back to my Hyundai key for this game, take hold of the flame. Definitely took advantage of that fastball from Walker, scoring 6 runs in the first inning. Albert Pujols with 2 home runs, Cole Calhoun with 2 home runs, Mike Trout with a home run.
Little flare over towards second. 1 hopper. Cano flips it over to first. 2 down.
Tough play for Cano, but it's so smooth as far as his transfer. Get rid of the baseball from that angle he likes to throw at. C.J. Cron, 425 during his 10-game history. Doubled. Back in the 4th inning. Scored a run.
Down the line foul. Jammed him. Little flare to shallow right. Gutierrez comes in. Cishek with a 1-2-3 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the innings. 10-3 Angels. Angels on top. Cruz, Seager, and Lee coming up for Seattle. 5 strikeouts for Tyler Skaggs, 1 walk. Got into a little 2-out trouble in the 5th, but ended up getting out of it. Getting Cano on a slow breaking ball. Foul back. No balls and a strike. Cruz 1 for 2, a ground out in the 1st, a home run in the 4th. 34th of the year, picking up his 81st RBI. Tops this one over to Caleb. 1 down. Hey, get your red on as the Angels take on the Blue Jays Friday, September 16th at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a commemorative Mickey Mouse replica statue while supplies last. Just go to angels.com to get your tickets. That was the All-Star game.
Yes, I remember that.
Statue, right? Statuettes, I guess they had throughout. .80 pitches for Skaggs now. First one to Seager is pulled into right field for his first hit of the night. The 7th for Seattle, and it'll bring up Dae-Ho Lee.
It's been a tough one so far for Scott Service, but his team keeps battling back. Every time you think they're in some serious trouble, they get some base runners right away. Skaggs even has made some pretty good pitches, but they continue to swing well.
Texas leading the division, defeated Houston once again, 12-4 today. The Rangers extend their lead in the American League West over the Astros. It's currently now 10.5 with the win today. Seattle at the start of the day 11.5, would be 12.5 should this score hold.
It's the 82nd win of the season for the Rangers, second only to the Chicago Cubs.
And with each passing day, Gooby is just one more tap on the nail of the coffin in the American League West. The rest of the West, I should say. Especially the way they've played against the Houston Astros.
It's a pretty good pitch.
It's all over the strike zone, 1-2.
We mentioned how well the Rangers have played against the West. 37 now in 19. As you look at that fastball, lower part of the strike zone, easy could have been called and should have been called. The strike at 92.
The 1-2. This is pulled to the left side, and a base hit. So a non-call results in a base hit. 2 on with 1 out. Brings up Zunino. Halos start to get action in their bullpen now. Jose Alvarez first man up. Angels did make a couple of more call-ups today. G-Man Choi is back with the team. Alex Meyer, whom they acquired along with Ricky Nolasco from the Twins, called up, and he's scheduled to get to start on Wednesday, the final game against the Athletics at the Coliseum.
He is a big dude, 6'9".
Ball and a strike on Zunino. 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to center.
8 outs via the ground ball today for Tyler Skaggs. Would love to get 2 outs with a ground ball here.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
It's a real good changeup. Behind in the count, 2-1 pitch. Zunino looking fastball. Skaggs, it was a perfect changeup.
Full count. Leonis Martin, the man on deck. Three-2. Zunino fouls it off. Late on the fastball. Alvarez ready to go in the bullpen. Foul tipped into the mid. Down goes Zunino. 2 outs.
Still good life in that fastball. That at 94. Skaggs has picked up his 6th punch out. Challenged him. Close to the heart of the plate at 94 for Skaggs. His 92nd pitch. Good sign to be able to maintain that velocity throughout for Skaggs.
Martin 0 for 2. Fly ball to left and a strikeout looking. Good pitch.
Another good breaking ball, this time in the upper part of the strike zone. More than likely last batter for Skaggs. To be able to finish off strong here. So that 0-2 count, expand the zone here. Talked about that for Tyler. 0-2 when the hitters will put the ball in play against 364 batting average coming into the game. You're at the advantage now as a pitcher. Expand the zone and be able to finish off the inning.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Martin, and he does just that. 6 in the books. 10-3 Halos. Hey, on an all-new Ultimate Fighter Tournament of Champions, worlds collide when one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in Japan takes on an explosive South African warrior. Who will move on to the next round? Find out on an all-new Ultimate Fighter Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Nice job by Tyler. 5 strikeouts in the last 2 innings. Consistent velocity at 94 even in that 6th inning. Good breaking ball also to be able to finish off Martin.
Here in the 7th inning, Vidal Nuno takes over on the mound for Steve Cishek, who worked a 1-2-3 6th. The left-hander is going to face Marte, Simmons, and Perez. 50th game, 1-1 mark and a 3.86 ERA. He'll have a new left fielder. Guillermo Heredia takes over. That moves Brett Gamble from left over to right. So Franklin Gutierrez no longer in the game.
Nuno fastball, 87-91, slider, cut fastball, curveball, changeup.
Marte tonight 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, an RBI and a run scored. One and two.
Pretty good swing by Marte on that pitch. Now on the outside corner. He's talking to Paul Sorrento about Marte. He just loves the way he can hit a fastball, but he says he's been very patient, not chasing a lot of all speed out of the zone. You see right there, just track that one in the dirt. Early on, hitting the fastball well, but expanding the strike zone against all speed pitches. So he saw a lot of them. Now he's laying off those tough ones and looking for the fastball to drive.
Two. That is out the end of the bat toward left. Heredia is there. One down. Here's Handleton. He's been on board twice with a double and a walk. Halos with 6 runs in the top of the first, 2 in the second, and 1 each in the third and fourth. They've gone scoreless the last 2 innings. As a matter of fact, since the walk to Simmons in the fourth, Mariners pitchers have retired 8 straight. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nuno now 29 years of age. Second season with Seattle. Originally in the Yankee system. This is hit to short. 2 down. Hey, follow Angels Baseball live with MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet.
Carlos Perez had that big RBI single up the middle back in the first inning. Been very solid behind the plate.
Lifts this one out to straightaway center field. Martin is there. Halos down in order. Stretch time in Seattle. It's a 10-3 Angels lead.
Scheduled for the pitchers tomorrow. Matt Shoemaker has won 3 straight with an ERA during that stretch at 1.80 against Sashi Iwakuma, 14-10. He has lost his last 3 starts, but his 8-1 in his previous 9 very good in his career against the Angels. 8-4, but 6-1 here at Safeco for Iwakuma against the Angels with an ERA 2.14.
Couple of changes for the Angels on the mound. Jose Alvarez takes over for Tyler Skaggs. 54th game for the Angels left-hander. 1-2 and a 3.65 ERA. He's going to face Marte, Gamble, and Heredia. 9-1-2. This one's fouled back. New left fielder for the Angels. It's Rafael Ortega taking over for Jeffrey Marte, who finishes the game going 2 for 4. Skaggs, by the way, 6 innings, 3 runs, all earned. 8 hits, 2 of which were home runs, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk.
It's really like how he finished off 5 punch-outs in the last 2 innings.
Dribbler toward third. Coward has to get rid of it quickly. 1 away.
It's an impressive throwing arm for Caleb Cowart. Okay, runs well down the line. Is able to throw across the diamond again by about a step.
Top of the order now, Ben Gamble. A walk, a ground out, and a single. Takes down low. Two balls, no strikes. foul side at third base. Coward on the track and just misjudged where that wall was at. It goes foul. Full count.
Boy, Coward had to go a long, long way. The left-handed batter at the plate to try to run that one down.
I think the Angels may be checking to see if there's a fan that kind of was reaching over, but Scioscia waves it off. 3-2. Laid on it. Guillermo Heredia on deck. Gamble takes outside. This kid's got no time at all the big leagues. He's picked up 4 walks in the first 2 games of the series.
Seen quite a few pitches in these first 2 games.
Here's Heredia for his first plate appearance. Starting left fielder last night. Had a multi-hit game, going 2 for 4. A couple of RBIs. We'll take a strike. Heredia hitting .226 through 22 games. Double a home run and 6 runs batted in. Combined hit .300 between Double A and Triple A this year. Good speed. 0-2. It was like he slowed things down there to throw the changeup.
Most hitters can track that when there's a different delivery time to the plate. Especially the different arm angle, and you slow down the release point.
And down goes Heredia. Tied him up. 2 down.
Get that changeup away, fastball in. 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Alvarez. He's tracking away. And then the last second decided to try to at least foul that one off just in case it was going to be called a strike.
Robinson Cano 1 for 3 as he skies this one out to center. Trout's there. 7 in the books. It's a 10-3 Angel lead.
Rockies at 1 win apiece, and so far so good. They find themselves up 10-3 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Ken French back with you, and don't forget, following the game, it's Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers with myself and Jose Mota. We're going to bring you all the highlights and interviews, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about. 5 home runs here tonight. 2 hit by Albert Pujols. We'll show you where he sits on the all-time list, and of course, talk about Tyler Skaggs' performance. But right now, let's send it back upstairs to Victor and Mark, guys.
Thanks a lot, Kent. Did we start this 8th inning? Vidal Nuno, who had a 1-2-3 7th, back out on the mound. Facing Cowart, Pennington, and Calhoun. Caleb 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Head of the count of 2 balls and no strikes. This one up the middle of the base hit. Leadoff single for Caleb.
And every spot in the order now with a base hit tonight for the Angels. Escobar led off the game, got hit by a pitch, but Pennington came in, had a double.
Every starter with a hit or been hit, since it was the first pitch of the game. One for 3. Ball and a strike. No action in the Angels' pencil. Looks like Alvarez come back out for the 8th, although Bourne was loosening as well. Little chopper towards short. Marte comes in, gives it to Cano. Relay back in time. That's a pretty nifty double play right there. 2 down.
Yeah, very difficult hop. Marte still able to throw, and how quick Robinson Cano is on the transfer and the turning of a double play. Quickly fires it and then gets rid of it so quick. Cano, 6-4-3 double play. It's a tough in-between hop from Marte. Charged it, and a good feed over to Cano. Complete a double play.
Cole 2 for 4, couple of home runs, 3 RBIs. Looks like Bourne will pitch the 8th inning. Mariners have Cruz, Seager, and Lee due up 4, 5, and 6. .3-0 count with Trout on deck. That one gets away, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Trout will look at a strike, being told that the x-rays on Yunel Escobar's left wrist were negative. He left tonight's game with a contusion. Good news. 0-2. Top part of the zone. Trout a home run in the first, a triple in the second, a couple of fly balls since, so he's 2 for 4. Down it in.
61 extra base hits now for Trout on the season. 27 home runs, 30 doubles, 4 triples.
Two. Is it back up the middle, a base hit. So 2 on, 2 outs, and Albert coming up.
Trout with a single, triple, and a home run in this game. Albert looking to add on to his RBI total tonight with 3 already, 2 home runs.
Takes downstairs. Pujols now with 28 home runs on the season, 588 in his career. Sole possession of 9th all time. Two balls, no strikes. Next up on the list, Sammy Sosa at 609. And then Jim Thome. Second home run that Albert hit in the second inning. Also his 2800th career hit. 2-0. Takes a strike, 2-1. Bouncing, goes foul. 2-2.
Quite a few changeups here in this at bat. The change up away.
That is lined to Seager. Boy, that ball was smoked. It's the 3rd out. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Angels still leading at 10-3. Of the 8th inning, Angels trying to even up the series at a game apiece. And they scored 6 in the first inning and haven't looked back since then as the Angels send out Mike Morin here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 49th game for Morin, 2-2 mark, a 4.79 ERA. And he gets Cruz, Seager, and Lee here in the 8th inning.
Talk about staying back and hitting a line drive. Albert Pujols has been locked in this game. That's a rocket right at Seager, who made an outstanding play on that line drive right at him.
Cruz 1 for 3 with a home run in the 4th. Alvarez pitched a scoreless 7th. Strikeout and a walk for Jose. One ball, one strike. Looked like Morin's a little more closed when he comes set than before. Watch.
He has a little tap over and then brings the leg back over to make sure he keeps his front shoulder in and creates deception, especially with his changeup and his slider too. You remember at times with his slider he would fly open and that slider would be more flat instead of that downward action on the pitch, which really is a big pitch for him too. He has a good fastball, excellent changeup, but he needs that slider against some right-handed batters.
Two balls, two strikes. If there was a critique on Mike Morin, who's got a really good changeup, you could even say a plus changeup, is the lack of location with his fastball to set up that changeup. Gets Cruz to reach for it. Crone backs out, one away.
And he certainly has enough velocity on the fastball to be effective. He just has to trust it more so. Especially you can see with the kind of swings you'll get against a changeup, if you've established the fact that you can throw a fastball. He was out in front of Cruz and pops it up first.
Seager 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 6th inning. Tight zone for Alfonso Marquez. Normally the case.
And more of a hitter's umpire.
2-0. Nobody warming up for Seattle, so it looks like Nuno to close it out for Seattle in the 9th. That's kind of my point. I was just making with that fastball command. Mentioned good velo at 92. Now it just does get the corner. 3-1.
Yeah, if you're consistent, if you're Mike Morin, you're consistent with your fastball, that changeup is even better. The differential in the speed is almost 20 miles per hour.
Base hit to right. Second hit of the night for Seager. The 9th for Seattle. That'll bring up Dae-Ho Lee. Lee picked up a single in his last at bat, 1 for 3 tonight.
That's a good slider there from Mike Morin.
One, two. Called strike three on the inside part of the plate, 2 down.
Excellent changeup. Inside part of the plate at 74. Good job by framing a pitch for Carlos Perez behind the plate.
The 2 outs and a man on. There's Mike Zunino. Picked up a single back in the second. 1 for 3 game. First one's upstairs. This one's lined to center. Trout racing back to his right and is there to track it down for the 3rd out. We head to the 9th inning. It's a 10-3 Halo lead. Nuno is back out on the mound for his 3rd inning of relief. Halos here in the 9th have Crone, Ortega, and Simmons coming up. Terrific game for the Angels on the offensive side of things. Pitching wise, not bad either. Tyler Skaggs 3 runs in 6 innings, 8 hits, 7 strikeouts, and a walk. Looking for his 3rd win of the season. He would run his mark to 3-3.
He had some real good improvements on his secondary pitches. Talked about that as far as go-tos to be successful. Changeup was very, very good.
C.J. Crone fouls off the first one. It's an 0-1 count. Crone tonight 1 for 3. Pardon me, 1 for 4. Reach on an error in his first plate appearance. A double that Crone picked up in the 4th, extending his hitting streak to 10 games. He shoots this one down the right field line. This one's hit pretty well toward the corner. Gamble dives and he got it. Oh my, what a play by Gamble in right. You talk about disappearing off the screen. and recording the out.
That might be one of the better plays you're going to see an entire season. How far he had to go, the dive, and that was going to be a fair ball. Right into the corner. Talk about full extension. He did it in left field, does it here in right field, just in front of the wall. What an unbelievable play by Gamble. I mean, he had to go so far, full extension on the dive. I don't even care about that body when you go into a dive like that towards a wall. Right on the warning track. What a play.
International League MVP in the Yankees system at AAA this year. Ortega didn't mean to swing at it, does so, grounds out to Cano, 2 down. First plate appearance for Rafi, who took over in left field, 7th. And with nobody on, Andrelton Simmons coming up. The Angels, by the way, have Jose Valdez getting ready. He'll pitch the bottom of the 9th. Simmons lines one out to left center field. It's a base hit. Second hit of the game. Jumping on that first pitch, and we'll bring up Carlos Perez.
15-hit attack tonight for the Angels.
Carlos had a base hit with an RBI in the first. RBI for Perez is 28th. Carlos shoots one out to center field. Martin backs up on it. Go ahead to the bottom of the 9th. It's a 10-3 Angel lead. Halo trying to close it out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Jose Valdez on in relief of Mike Moore. Moore pitching his scoreless 8th inning. Valdez pitching his 13th game with the Angels. 0-1 mark at 3.09 ERA. And he's going to face 8-9-1 Martin Marte and Gamble. Halo is looking for their 60th win of the season. Even up the series at a game apiece. The loss would drop the Mariners to 69 and 66, and they would lose a game in the standings with Texas having lost, or pardon me, having defeated the Houston Astros tonight. So Seattle would find themselves 12.5 back in the West. Houston now 10.5 back. We'll see a lot of Texas, Houston, Seattle next couple of weeks. This one's down the line. Nice play by Kroll. Martin is retired for the first down. A surprise. CJ just hasn't taken himself.
Yeah, it looked like he initially thought about doing that. Valdez just got over there just in time to beat Martin to the base.
Looked like CJ had time to get there.
Good range though on the play.
Yeah.
See the foot just beating Martin to the base. Valdez that angle. Just got that foot down, just down.
There's Marte, who's 0 for 3. Drives one out to right. Cole backs up on it. 2 down. Ben Gamble gets a nice round of applause. A couple of diving catches tonight. 1 for 2 with a single and a couple of walks. Takes a strike. One ball, 2 strikes. Valdez likes that quick pitch.
Yeah, he likes to try to get that one in there as quick as possible, throwing off the timing of a hitter.
Swing and a miss. Perez. No, Valdez completes the strikeout. Light that baby up as the Angels take game 2 of this 3-game set by the final of 10-3.
Yeah, this is an amazing performance by the offense. 5 home runs in the game. Tyler Skaggs picks up the W. Albert Pujols, career hit number 2,800, 2 home runs, now in 9th place all time, all by himself. 3 home runs in the first. Cole Calhoun with 2 home runs. Mike Trout, home run also. Just an outstanding all-around game. 15 hits for the offense tonight. 10 runs. Bounce back game against Seattle, winning this one right now. Even up the series at 1 apiece against Seattle.
It's good to see Tyler pick up his 3rd win, even his record at 3-3. It was not a good night whatsoever for Taijuan Walker. Gave up the 6 runs, lasted just 2/3 of an inning tonight, and got taken out of the game as the Angels struck early and often. And a nice response, to be perfectly honest with you, to Yunel Escobar getting drilled on the left wrist with the very first pitch of the game. The Angels offense came back to life, and all of a sudden seemed almost to spark this Angels team on the offensive side. And you mentioned the 15 total hits and the long ball prevalent again. It's the 2nd time in a week the Angels have had 5 home runs in a game. Cole Calhoun, a multi-homer game. Albert Pujols also with a multi-homer game. Let's go down to the field. Looks like Jose Mota is with the Angel right fielder.
Thanks, Victor. Well, how many times do you remember a 13-pitch at-bat landing in the seats after you make a swing?
That's a first for me, that's for sure.
How about your mentality now, knowing that there's some very important things happening for you? Expecting a baby, and certainly how often are you checking out cell phone?
The cell phone's with Nev all game, so it's getting close for sure. And we had a big day today, too. I got some family in Oxnard. I got some heavy hearts. We lost a loved one.